Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is Matthew from Caribou Corona, joined here. You might be able to see her pop her head up every once in a while with my cat Persephone, and we're doing another market watch. We're going to start this one off a little bit differently. We've got some news. Just to clarify, everyone can see the date. It is the 10th of February. This is a Wednesday, and earlier today we got some exciting news from the Pokemon Company. Basically, they're going to be trying to help with the product shortage issues. Because right now, it's really hard to get a hold of anything, and they have come out with this statement. I'll read it to you guys. We're aware that some of you are experiencing difficulties purchasing certain Pokemon trading card game products due to very high demand and global shipping constraints. We understand this inconvenience can be disappointing, and we are working to address it. Now, in situations where there is limited availability, we're actively working to print more of the impacted Pokemon products as quickly as possible and at maximum capacity to support this increased demand. Reprinted products are expected to be available at retailers as soon as possible. So what I'm assuming that this means is that for things like Champion's Path, Vivid Voltage, any of the tins, the Elite Trainer boxes, and maybe even Shining Fates, which isn't even out yet, but they might have noticed that the demand for it. So I'm hoping that they'll be printing more of that. And for the new Pokemon expansions that are launching in the future, they're going to maximize production. So hopefully this should help with the supply issues and should also bring down the prices overall. If they're printing way more of the product, then the supply is going to be higher. And if it can meet the demand, then things might, level out to these pre-COVID levels. I don't think things will ever be, the same as they were a year or two ago. But I definitely think we'll end up in a healthier place because right now it's just ungodly expensive. So this is just the first announcement, and I'm, super happy about this. As a collector, you don't want the things you want to be collecting to be expensive right out the gate. You plan on holding on to them, they gain value, or even, you might not even care about the value. You just want the cool cards. This second piece of news, as you've probably seen, is that McDonald's and Pokemon did a collab for their 25th anniversary. So in Happy Meals, you could get, I think it's a pack of 3 cards with 1 foil. And I believe for a little bit you were able to purchase these separately for $1.99. I think they might have discontinued that, at least in some locations, due to people going out and just buying like all of them. And I just wanted to, personally, I think this is, it's kind of cool thing, great for little kids. I personally don't think that this product holds a lot of value. Like, you're going to see, I'm going to show you in a second what they're selling for right now, and it's completely unwarranted. Like, it's 3 cards, it's like a 30 card set, and they're all reprints. They just have a special stamp on them. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. And also, there's 40,000 McDonald's in the United States. If they all got a case or two, you know how many packs that is that's available? Like, there's millions of packs available potentially. So this is a listing that's ending in about 15 minutes. It is currently sitting at $1,000 for 150 packs. Now, for reference, if you bought 150 packs for the $199 original MSRP, that's $300. This is more than 3 times as much. So I think this is a little insane. And even you go over on the TCG player. I hate that they don't have any of the pictures up, but you look, the most expensive card in the set is the Pikachu promo is $5. And everything else is under $1. Like, honestly, instead of trying to track down these packs, just buy the cards you want. If you want that promo Pikachu, just buy it for $5. It's that simple. Like, please don't buy into this hype. Just buy the singles that you care about. Like, I know I always say that, but especially for this. Like, please, save yourself the headache. It's only $5 for the most expensive card. So now we're going to move back into more of our normal stuff. So this is a new product that's coming out. So these are the super early prices. These are just, the first 1 or 2 people in the market throwing up the prices. I don't think they're going to necessarily hold here. We don't know much about this product, but I just thought I'd show it to you guys. You guys can see basically everything's pre-sailing for about $60. Now, next thing we know a little bit more about, we still don't have any spoilers, so we don't really know exactly what's in the set. The prices are about where they were last week. I think they're a little bit higher. The box is pre-selling for about $165. The red box about $70. The blue box about $55. Moving on, we've got Shining Fates, which is the thing that everybody cares about. We're seeing here that they're still pre-sailing on TCG Player for about $150. This obviously hasn't been impacted by the news yet. We haven't had a confirmation that Shining Fates is going to be affected by this. We can hold out our hopes, and if they give us more details, then hopefully this price will come down soon, and this set drops in a little bit over a week. And just for comparison, this is what it's selling for on eBay. You can pick up one for about $130 shipped. There's different sellers ranging from anywhere from $110 to $150. But to get it from someone who has a bit more of a selling volume, it's going to be about $130. I stress again, don't pay this price. I've also seen, this is very interesting, so this ties into the supply issue from earlier, that I've seen pictures from some Walmarts. One of the Walmarts near where I live has started doing it, where they're limiting purchases of one of each type for all of these trading card game products. So you might actually stand a chance of picking up these things like the Shining Fates when they release if you just go on the day of, because the people who were originally showing up at opening and cleaning them all out, they can't do that anymore. Well, they're not going to stop you, but it's like an honor contract kind of thing. Hopefully they'll listen to that and you'll actually be able to get a hold of one. So I would hold out on buying these at these prices and hope that you can snag it at your big box store or your LGS if they're still selling them. Now, taking a look again, Vivid Voltage was on the climb, and for the past couple of weeks, it seems like it's kind of settled around $200, which honestly I think is probably fair. It's booster boxes when they're cheaper about $140, and this has got a bunch of really good cards in it, as we'll see later. So I think this is definitely a fair price. The Elite Trainer boxes are upwards of $80. This is a little bit of a reach for the, you get 8 packs in these. So by the time you've bought 3 of these, you could have had a booster box, which would have, I believe, 12 more packs in it, and also has, it's just, if you're going to buy any kind of quantity of these, I would just go ahead and upgrade to the booster box. And also, these will probably get reprinted with that new Pokemon announcement, so I would just hold out on these, and you can hopefully pick them up later. If you can hear my other cat, Nox, she's a little jealous that I'm spending some alone time with P while recording this video. So now we're looking at the Pikachu VMAX. This one is settling around $450. This one's been slowly climbing. I believe when I first started doing the market watch, it was under $400, and it's been hanging up. I think it was around here last week as well. So this seems to be kind of like the resting point for this card. This is a $450 card. I think it was actually like $400 last week. So it's, it's been making moves. So it might still have some upward trajectory. So as I said last week, if you were planning on getting the Pikachu, don't buy the product, just buy it, because it might just go up, and it's, it looks like it's still rising. Even the other cards in the set, you got the full art Pikachus. They're about $75, $80. There's a couple of motivated sellers down here. Then it's quickly jumping up to $80. So I would jump on that as well if that was something you're interested in. So Champion's Path is not really doing anything new. It's still hanging. It's gone up a little bit. It was $80 last week. Now they're going up towards $85, then quickly climbing up to $90. So this is definitely like a ship that has sailed, but it might get reprinted with these new ways, so that's just something to keep in mind. If you were hoping to crack some of this stuff, then you might be able to pick up some of that. I know that the Walmart restocked on some of the Hatreme V Champion's Path boxes, so you might want to check your local big box stores or LGSs to see if they've got any of those in stock, because those are good value as well. Now, the big hits from that set, we've got the Charizard VMAX Secret. This has actually come down a little bit, I believe. It was like hedging a little bit over 300. We've seen way more motivated sellers around the 295, 290 range. There's one over here at 285 from a new seller. So you can definitely still get a hold of these for under $300. I don't know how long that's going to be a case. It might even drop even more if it is true that the Champion's Path will be getting reprinted with that announcement. So this is something that could be potentially worth holding out on, or if it doesn't get the allocation that people are wanting it to in the reprint, or if it gets missed, then the price might just go up, because what ends up happening with these kinds of situations is hope comes in and people are going to be like, oh, well, I want to get rid of this now because it's going to get reprinted. The price is going to drop and it's slowly going to creep down. And then if the announcement comes that it's not getting reprinted, then they're going to shoot to higher than they were before. So that's always something to keep in mind. The Charizard V Secret is also on the way down. I believe it was edging its way up to 300. It was basically neck and neck with the Secret of the VMAX, but now it's hovering around 275. Well, at least we have some motivated sellers. We have some people trying to undercut each other. There's a lot of fights down here. We've got a 5 and 8 and a newly launched down here, all selling for under 280. And then very quickly, before we get into any of the name sellers, we're up in 310. So it looks like when it comes to the reputable sellers, that the Charizard V Secret is actually now more valuable than the VMAX, which is kind of interesting that you've got people, you got the smaller sellers who are undercutting each other on this one a lot harder than they are on this one. So we might see a flip here on which one ends up being the chase card. Now we're going to take a quick look at Darkness Ablaze. The booster boxes are hovering around 175, 180. I think it's somewhat reasonable. You know, it's about $40 more than like your typical MSRP booster box. There are some decent pulls in it. It is kind of loaded onto this Charizard VMAX though. This card hovering around the $90 mark. If you were looking for this card, just buy the card. And you know, a lot of the other cases with like the Vivid Voltage and the Champion's Path, the chase card does cost like, you know, multiple times more than the product that you can actually buy. So, you know, it might make sense to, you know, to try and get lucky by opening the sealed product. But for a Charizard VMAX, you know, I just buy the bullet instead of, you know, trying to get the Elite Trainer boxes or the booster box. Just buy the card that you actually want. We're going to take a quick look at Rebel Clash. We pointed on this last week. The prices have kind of shot up and they've kind of settled down a little bit. The booster boxes are around 160 now. The Elite Trainer boxes are also around 60, and the trainer cards have kind of settled down a little bit. They're still up higher than they were, you know, three weeks ago or whatnot, but they are a little bit less than they were last week. It's to be expected. When there are buyouts, the price shoots up really high, and then people suddenly get super excited that their card's now worth money, so they start looking around for their cards, and they'll pull it out, and they'll list them. So the price will stabilize a little bit. It still might have some room to go down, or there could be a second round of buyouts. That's always something to be cognizant of. But you know, after every buyout, there's always settle. It will always settle down. It doesn't settle up. So there is a chance for this to come down even more. Now, the last thing we're going to look at today is going to be the Sword and Shield boxes. These boxes are up to $225. Which is quite a lot. The Elite Trainer boxes are up to $90 and $70. And we see here that the full art trainers are still doing pretty well. They are a little bit lower. They're about, I think, $10 lower than they were last week. But they are still pretty high. They're, you know, carrying a price of $58 and $53. And, you know, it's kind of funny that the Secret and the full art are basically neck and neck in price. Again, you know, fallout from the buyouts. You got the Snorlax VMAX Secret hovering around $50. The Zamazenta around $50. This Quick Ball has been getting some traction. This one's up to around $30. And then you've also got the tins that I was talking about. You've got the Galar Partners tins that are hovering almost in like the upper 30s. So if you see these at your local Walmart, Target, LGS, I definitely recommend picking up the Rillaboom V, Cinderace V, and Inteleon V tins. I've done plenty of openings of these on my channel if you want to see what's in them. So go and check that out. Now that's going to be all for today's Market Watch. I want to thank all of you guys for watching. Please let me know in the comments down below if there are any cards or sets that you want me to check in my next video. Let me know if you liked P saying hi or Persephone saying hi in the video. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and do not forget about my 100 subscriber giveaway that we're doing. You can go check out the details for that over on my Instagram. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.